Everyone, welcome to Cloud BI Force. In today's video, we will try to understand what is the difference between Databricks and Apache Spark. So this is a very common interview question, and we will try to understand it. If we already have Apache Spark, why do we even need Databricks? So let's get started. Okay, so let's first try to understand what is Apache Spark. Apache Spark is a powerful open source big data processing engine, but Databricks enhance it with additional features that make it easier to use and more efficient. So guys, what does it mean? Apache Spark is already we have, but then Databricks comes into play and say to Apache Spark, Apache Spark, I am going to use you with some additional feature, and I will sell my additional feature with a lot more additional cost to your customer and to new customer. So that's in summary, guys. Hope you understood it. Okay, so what are all those features? Databricks is a managed, while Apache Spark is do it yourself. So suppose you have to use Apache Spark. First, you need to install, you need to configure, you need to manage cluster manually, and this is really killing. It's not easy one. But in Databricks, you will just go to web portal, just log in there, and then you will start using everything. You don't need to install anything, you don't need to configure, you don't need to manage any cluster. That's just very simple. Okay, so let's try to understand this with an example. If you install Spark on your local machine, you have to set up dependency, you have to configure resources, you have to manage cluster. But in Databricks, you just click a button to launch a Spark cluster. Okay, the another feature is Databricks provide a better user experience. Yes, because Databricks comes with a web application. Web application is always a uh, better experience platform. So in Apache Spark, this requires Scala, Python, or Java via a command line and IDE. But in Databricks comes with a web portal. Within web portal, you create notebooks. The notebooks are similar to your Jupyter notebooks that support collaborative coding. And what is collaborative coding? Okay, let's understand with example. If you have a team of data engineer working on a project in Apache Spark. Okay, consider this example. You are working on Apache Spark, and you are many data engineers. You will have to write separate script and share them manually. But in Databricks, all engineer can use the same notebook and do their contribution. Do their contribution. That's also a really good feature. Then Databricks is optimized for performance. Optimized for performance. Apache Spark is also good in terms of speed, but Databricks comes with some additional features which are like Photon Engine and Delta Lake to make Spark more faster and more efficient. Okay, how it is? So suppose if you process 10 million records in Spark, it might take 10 minutes. Databricks optimization can reduce it to 6 7 minutes. That's also cool. But what is this Photon Engine and Delta Lake? So Photon Engine is also a kind of engine that works on top of Apache Spark engine to make the query processing more faster. And Delta Lake is a open source storage layer that improve Apache Spark and Databricks by making data faster, more reliable, and ACID compliant. Note this guy, ACID compliant. So it is like a our relational database. So when we say ACID, ACID means data consistency and reliability is for sure ensured. Good. Now another feature is built-in security and access control. In Apache Spark, all these security and access control, you will have to do it manually. But in Databricks, this comes with built-in authentication, access control, and encryption. Suppose you are working on a banking project, you will have to set up everything with Apache Spark. But if you are using a Databricks, you will find all those kind of features just very easy or maybe like built-in way. So that's good. Now, Databricks supports machine learning and AI better. Apache Spark support machine learning. Yes, since a long time supporting, no question. But Apache Spark use mlib. These are machine learning libraries and lacks experiment tracking. We will understand it in the next line. Databricks has ML flow, which helps tracking model, hyperparameter tuning, and deployment. Understand with this example, a data scientist testing five different machine learning model can use ML flow in Databricks to track which model perform best. Wow, this is a really cool feature. So what does it mean? If a data scientist using has created multiple machine learning model, so that data scientist can use a ML flow in Databricks to know which model is performing best based on the accuracy and other things. These kind of features we don't have in Apache Spark. So that's why this is really good feature in Databricks. You will understand it if you are a machine learning expert or you are already learning it. Okay, the next feature is Databricks is cloud native. Yes. Apache Spark requires separate setup for cloud environment. If you want to use Apache Spark in cloud, then you will have to do a lot of things either manually or with some inbuilt services which can help you to set up Apache Spark. But of course, you will have to put a lot of manual effort. But Databricks is a natively support in Azure, AWS, GCP, which makes the deployment and everything very easy. Okay, in conclusion, how we can summarize all those things? Let's start with first feature, installation and setup. In Apache Spark, you will have to do it manual, but in Databricks, it is fully managed. Then user interface, of course, Databricks comes with web-based, so it's going to be very user-friendly. But in Apache Spark, you have command line and of course and some ID also, which not like Databricks, but still we have some good things in Apache Spark also. Performance. Of course, Apache Spark is good, but Databricks comes with some additional features which makes the Apache Spark more faster. And what are those features? Databricks comes with Photon Engine and Delta Lake. Security and access control in Apache Spark, you will have to do manual. In Databricks, you will find it built in, or you can say like a little bit you will have to do it, but not you don't need to put too much effort like you do in Apache Spark. Okay, collaboration. Collaboration is very good in Databricks because one notebook can be shared with multiple engineers. They can contribute, but this collaboration feature is very limited in Apache Spark. ML support, machine learning you can do through machine learning library in Apache Spark, but in Databricks you have ML flow integration is a really good feature. Then let's move to cloud supports. Cloud support, yes, you need setup If you are using Apache Spark in cloud, you need a lot of setup, but in Databricks, it's already integrated with the your cloud. Like majorly used cloud are like Azure, AWS, and GCP. All three having very good understanding and integration with the Databricks, so you don't need to worry about that. You just log into your cloud, and then there you will find it just single button to use start using Databricks. Okay, the final answer is how we can convince ourselves, like, do we still need Databricks? So what we understood, Databricks comes with many features which makes it easier to use, faster, and better for collaboration, security, and AI ML application. So in this video, we learned how the Databricks is much better than Apache Spark in terms of many additional features. Hope you really learned something new. If not, please let me know in comments what else we can add in these kind of videos. Thank you for watching, guys.